Hi, it's Ra, Rishi Kavi Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology, here to give the astrological forecast for Wednesday, May 27th, 2026. It's a day that is primarily optimistic. The sun is at 6, moving to 7 degrees of let's communicate and socialize and exercise our intellects, air sign Gemini. And the moon is moving through the latter degrees of love, beauty, and social justice oriented air sign Libra. And of course, when both the sun and the moon are in air signs, it's always a very social time. Lots of ideas floating around our heads. Generally a pretty busy time. The moon does move into the early degrees of deep dark water sign Scorpio, but that is not until the evening. Early in the day, early in the morning, the moon at 23 degrees of Libra makes a tough 90-degree square, a hard angle to Jupiter, planet of good fortune and expansion, even a square to Jupiter ain't so bad. That's at 23 degrees of Cancer at 4:32 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 7:32 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 12:32 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. We just may have a whole lot to do in the morning, or we just kind of maybe want more than what is available to us at that moment. You know, you look for that extra piece of pie and it just ain't there. But our needs and our desires may be a little at odds early in the morning. Now, technically, the moon goes void of course after that until it enters into Scorpio in the evening. In the latter part of the afternoon, the moon at 28 degrees of Libra does make an opposition to Chiron, called the wounded healer, at 28 degrees of Aries. Chiron is not considered a planet or a major aspect, so the moon is still technically void of course, which means it's kind of a day not to start a lot of things because they may fall flat, but just to go through the day and do what you need to do. 3:53 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time is when the moon opposes Chiron. 6:53 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time and 11:53 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Then the moon moves into Scorpio, water sign Scorpio, exactly 2 hours later, 5:53 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 8:53 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 1:53 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. The only aspect that the moon makes in the evening, as we get into the latter part of the evening, is from 1 degree of Scorpio when it makes an awkward inconjunct, the 150-degree adapt, adjust, accommodate angle, and it's to Uranus, the planet of sudden change and often chaos, at 1 degree of Gemini. So the evenings are a little tricky. Don't make sure that you're not there isn't a rake out on the lawn that you might step on, that sort of a thing. This is kind of an accident-prone energy. 9:31 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time is when that's exact. 12:31 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time and 5:31 a.m. tomorrow Greenwich Mean Time. But overall, a really nice day. I'm Ra, Rishi Kavi Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology. Now, if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, please book it on my website, starpresence.net. Remember, from the very moment that you're born, you've got star presence. Enjoy today, no matter what.